Hey guys, welcome to my summer special. I know Hot Film Geek summer slowly comes to an end, but don't worry, I have lined up a lot of nice vacations for you guys. I'll invite you to a trip through my top 10 vacation themed horror movies, so pack your bag, put your sunscreen on and let's go. But before we start, please make sure you put your seatbelt on and click like and subscribe down below for safety reasons, of course. And if you would like to leave a comment with your favorite vacation movie, I would be more than happy. When you look for a cozy, slightly horrific cabin in the forest, you can choose from a lot of options that already may come to your mind, like these ones, or the famous one of H.J. Williams, where he brought all his ex-girlfriends to get rid of them. And then there's also this M. Night Shyamalan version, or a very specific one that's a bit further up in the list, but why not kick off the top 10 with a 5-star rated rental home?
We're gonna start off with a friendly introduction, like a, "Hi, my name is Rebecca and I'm a superhost."
Do I look at you or at the camera?
Number 10, Superhost from 2021, in which YouTubers Teddy and Claire look online for a nice rental home and they find this 5-star superhost, Rebecca, that only received perfect reviews. So what possibly could go wrong? Well, a lot. In Brandon Christensen's gory weekend trip, the horror starts slow, but when it hits, it really knocks you off. And what's great about this film is the ambivalence of the characters, so you don't know for a long time of the story who will actually be the evil one. And it's also a good example that for creating an immersive story, you don't necessarily need likable characters. And lastly, it also comments very wisely on the fakeness of social media and other sorts of online activity. Yeah. A very similar one that I would like to recommend as well, but that didn't make the cut for the top 10 list, is, by the way, The Rental from 2022, directed by Dave Franco. Also in the next film, life-threatening situations combined with bad Wi-Fi play a big role.
Apple from the garden?
Yeah, it was delicious.
No. Mustn't do that. Forbidden fruit.
Oh, God, sorry,
I'm joking.
Oh.
Number 9, Men from 2022. This is a nice trip to the English countryside, just make it A24 style. Harper needs some time off. Distancing herself from home, however, does not distance her from the trauma, and on top of that even confronts her with like all types of toxic masculinity. While Alex Garland may overdoing here a bit the criticism of the entire manhood, this film is worth the watch just for the impeccable acting of Rory Kinnear and Jessie Buckley. Now it's time for some sun, so vamos a la playa with M. Night.
Here we come!
Number 8, Old from 2021. In this one, the protagonists, who are guests in a very fancy beach resort, get old very quickly, and that not only from the UV light. Well, the premise of this film is quite simple, yet I think it's also very deep. The inevitable memento mori vibe in such a short time frame actually was very effective for me and gave me some anxiety. It may not be best Shyamalan's work ever, and his cameo is, to be honest, quite cringe as F, but nevertheless I think this film is underrated and worth the watch, so maybe give it a try, and if you don't like it, at least it taught you the importance of skincare. Let's continue with a luxury, environmentally very bad and very dangerous cruise.
So, is this runway casting for a grumpy brand or a smiley brand?
So it's a grumpy brand, yeah?
Congratulations! Show me that Balenciaga look. Suddenly I'm dressed in something way less expensive It's H&M! Yay! Balenciaga! And H&M! Balenciaga! And H&M!
You looks paid for the tickets. Not bad, huh?
So what do you do?
I sell shit.
Number 7, Triangle of Sadness from 2022. The models slash influencers Yaya and Karl get a cruise trip for free, but just like the jackpot ticket for this famous boat trip, the joy won't last too long. In Ruben Östlund's very dark critique of capitalism, the first half consists of a razor-sharp observation of society in a glossy look, while the second half turns into a nihilistic mess that for me was a bit too much, because I doubt that humanity would end in a setup that's only prostitution for pretzel sticks. But nevertheless, this film is very special and belongs in the list. Let's continue with a classic that ruined the beach vibe for an entire generation.
You yell shark, we've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
Number 6, Jaws from 1975. A big white shark terrorizes an island, and a police chief, an oceanographer, and a shark expert are out for the hunt. This masterpiece by Steven Spielberg is, in my opinion, still unparalleled when it comes to animal horror as well as water horror. It's quite impressive how it builds up suspense in bright daylight. And while story-wise I'm actually team shark, yet I think this film also deserves a lot of respect for the plot points that criticize commercializing vacation destinations already in the 70s. I have even more beach for you.
I'm the last to arrive.
I'm sorry, Sir Horace, but it's my duty to put it to you that you are furious. You lost your temper. You strangled her.
That is poppycock! That is poppycock!
I wish you to consider very carefully a bathing cap, a bath, a bottle, a wristwatch, the diamond, the noonday gun, the breath of the sea, and the height of the cliff.
Number 5, Evil Under the Sun from 1982. An opulent super posh beach resort is the perfect setting for a fun whodunit for Agatha Christie's Master Detective Poirot. And yes, this is not exactly a horror film, but I thought I can get away with it, sneaking in my favorite crime genre piece. It just has beautiful landscapes, good humor, very scary scenes, as well as amazing fashion, and a singing battle between Maggie Smith and Diana Rigg. So what more do you want? Also very dangerous holiday acquaintances in the next.
Sorry for the mess. It's gonna get much worse. Come on.
He's been cooking all day. He's making wild boar.
This is for you.
I'm a vegetarian.
I insist. I insist.
What's in it? Let's go.
Number 4, Speak No Evil from 2022. A Danish family and a Dutch family meet during a holiday, and then the one family visits the other afterwards, which is supposed to be very idyllic, but increasingly gets very disturbing. But yet the guests try to stay polite. I already did a review in one of my monthly recaps, so if you are interested to learn more, click on the link above. I really admire this work of Christian Taldrup because it's so relatable, so subtle and so unsettling. Now let's continue with the one you all were waiting for.
We should split up.
Yeah, good idea.
Really?
Number 3, Cabin in the Woods from 2011. 5 college students are up for a weekend trip in a cabin in the woods, yet they don't know what they got themselves into. This slasher comedy version of The Truman Show is very self-aware and very reflective on the horror genre in general, but also combines the vacation vibe or contrasts it with the best workplace comedy ever made, as well as presents the most controversial final girl move ever, I think. So yeah, I love this one. In the next one, you can also meet a very debatable female character.
We're doing this, we barely know these people.
One day, let's mix things up a bit.
You're just happy you found your fan club.
I've been waiting 6 years for your second book. Is it coming out soon?
I'm working on it.
What do you do for money then?
You married rich.
I actually came here looking for inspiration.
Number 2, Infinity Pool, from this year, directed by Brandon Cronenberg. What was supposed to be a luxury trip to an exotic resort turns out very quickly into an excess of violence and hedonism. Not only is this story filmed beautifully, it also deserved to be so high up in this list because of its critique of the dark sides of modern tourism, but also it has clever details. Like, for example, the fence around the resort you think in the beginning is to protect the guests from stepping outside into dangerous areas, when you learn later on it's the other way around, that the locals need to be protected from the posh, crazy travelers. And also Mia Goth as a diabolic siren is amazing, as well as the usage of the doppelganger trope in the context of Law and Justice is just exquisite storytelling. Before I reveal what number 1 in this list is, let's have a look into some honorable mentions. My favorite beach drama. The Lost Daughter from 2021, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. Lida's seaside vacation takes a dark turn when her obsession with a young mother makes her confront herself with some dark secrets from the past. Then the most shocking one that isn't actually a horror film.
No safari, I don't want no village tour, I don't want a little diving tour, I don't want sailing, I don't want
to welcome you to Kenya.
Paradise Love. This is a take on female sex tourism, in which the 50-year-old Teresa tries to buy love from the Beach Boys in Kenya. And also my favorite vacation-themed comedy.
What's the Wi-Fi code?
There isn't any Wi-Fi.
I was perfectly fine at home, but Mum insisted.
That's Sweetheart, from 2021, directed by Marley Morrison, in which the socially awkward, environmentally conscious teenager named AJ is dragged to a coastal holiday park in the UK by her painfully normal family. But now let's have a look into number 1. My number 1 pick for vacation-themed horror is Funny Games from 1997, directed by Michael Haneke. 2 boys take an entire family hostage and start playing sadistic games with them. Michael Haneke is well known for showing unsettling topics in a very blunt yet beautiful way, and Funny Games is no exception. It deals with family dynamics, sadistic outbursts, as well as the vain attempt to deal with the worst imaginable. And what I like the most about this film is the nihilistic villain Paul, who refuses to provide any motive for his actions, what actually reminded me of some other famous film characters like Patrick or the Joker, who gives several different origin stories to his scars, about his scars. And there's a very similar dialogue in Funny Games actually, all pointing to the fact that the motivelessness of those brutalities makes it even worse and makes it harder to deal with. And lastly, this is the number 1 in this list because it makes the most out of this idyllic landscape family holiday vibe contrasted with horror. So there you have it. That's my top 10 vacation list. Let me know in the comments below what I maybe missed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as have a look on my Letterboxd profile, where you can also find the full movie list through this video. And if you are looking for some book recommendations for a nice beach read, also have a look into my Instagram channel, Atlanta Loves Books. Stay tuned for my autumn special, and bye!